Funko sent a clear warning to one of the Funko customizers on Instagram recently. We made a video about it, and now we're going to follow up. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Gastlecast. We're glad you're there. You get the right time. We got an all-time high. Funko's hot toys and charms on mine. Stick around, like, comment, and be sure to subscribe because life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. And remember, at these hella walls, we are together. Yes.
Remember last week when the biggest Funko headline was that FUNKOBOSS was getting shut down? We were so concerned about this topic that Heather went straight to the man. That's right, she went straight to Funko for answers!
Well, I didn't actually go to the man. Somebody named Denise answered.
Oh, well.
And I don't think that's a man's name.
So you didn't get the word directly from Funko? It came from Denise?
Denise works for Funko.
I'm starting to feel like this whole thing isn't reliable. Okay, so you're gonna hear the word directly from Denise. That's right, motherfucker. Denise is a big deal. Did you hear about Denise at Funko? You're gonna hear about her now. Denise doesn't take no shit.
Did you have a mosh pit?
But before we enter that topic...
Let's wish Chris a happy birthday, because it's his birthday and he's f***ing old. Happy birthday, Chris! Woo! We'd also like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to...
George Shihade, Garrett aka Fastmo24, Michelle D, Hot Doc, Rulies, Chris Restevo, Jimmy Tauber, Drizzy, Brian Dill, and Dion. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons from Patreon. You guys rock!
We're gonna recap what happened last week. The Funko IP is a valuable asset of Funko, and Funko cannot allow it to be used in connection with the goods of other companies without its permission. We therefore demand that you immediately stop making unauthorized use of the Funko intellectual property or any confusingly similar variants thereof, including but not limited to manufacture, production, advertising, distribution, and or sale of the infringing products. Stop operating bosscollectibles.com store and instagram.com/FunkoBoss Instagram profile and any other websites and or social media accounts that advertise, promote, and or sell the infringing products. A lot of people had an issue with this because Funko literally endorses making your own customs. They have DIY pops, for crying out loud. What they basically meant was, you can't use our name to make money, you can't use a logo that is ours or looks just like ours to make money, and you can't use our product that is ours and our property to make money.
There were a lot of people that were screaming and saying, how dare Funko do something like this? But we all have to remember, Funko does have to protect themselves and protect their intellectual property. If they don't do it, then Funko themselves could be in trouble later in the future. They can be in trouble for not defending their trademarks, and they could be in trouble with the licensors, you know, Marvel, DC, Disney, which could really affect Funko business. They can't survive without the licensors.
Before we get into what Denise said, I love Denise.
Yeah, Denise.
I'd like to talk a little bit about the arguments that I saw after we created that video, which really sort of made me scratch my head a little bit. I think we talked about this in the last video, but a lot of people were talking about, well, how come Funko doesn't go after the people that are creating fakes in China? It is damn near impossible to find out who is creating those things in China. I'm sure they have tried and are probably still working on it. I don't know, I don't have that proof. Then I saw people asking about upcharging for autographs. That doesn't count as a custom Funko Pop. They're literally charging for the autograph on the Funko Pop, and they're not selling it as a custom. They're selling it as a Funko Pop that is autographed. There's nothing deceitful about it. Then a lot of people were asking about, well, what about the other shop that buy collections and then resell them for a higher markup? That's not the same. That is not the same. Yes, they are making a profit, but that is their property that they can do what they want want with. They're not using the Funko name and transforming it into something and then selling it. They're not using a Funko Pop, transforming it into something. So it's different. It is completely different. And one other thing that's unrelated to the things that I just said, but is still related to the Funko Boss situation. I saw a few people that were really upset about Funko saying, hey, you have to shut down your Instagram and your website. What I believe they meant was you can't use the Funko name in your Instagram. And if you're gonna sell solely custom Funko Pops on your website, you need to shut that down too. Because there's nothing wrong with the name Boss Collectible. Because anything could be a collectible that covers a wide range of things, not just Funko Pops. But because she was customizing Funko Pops themselves and selling them for a profit, and creating boxes that resemble Funko Pop boxes that could be confusingly similar, according to their cease and desist letter, they were asking her to shut down the website and stop selling those items.
So Heather decided to email Funko about this topic, and we got an email back from Funko, finally!
From Denise, finally.
From Denise. So we're going to read this email and we're going to analyze it and get down to the bottom of this damn situation. Okay, so let's analyze this email piece by piece.
Hi, Heather. Thank you for reaching out. We appreciate and are honored by the overwhelming presence of fan-made merchandise and artwork. They do create the DIY pops that are primed and ready to go specifically to create customs on. As a matter of fact, they've gone so far as to ask fans to create custom artwork for a Funko Pop to be manufactured, and they had contests to actually create them. The most notable in recent times was Cutie Corn.
That's right, Cutie Corn. That's right.
It's Candy Corn dressed as a skeleton, and he's really cute because he's trick-or-treating.
What's up?
However, we cannot give express written permission to reproduce a Funko product, logo, or design for commercial purposes as it implies endorsement from or production by Funko. Additionally, any artwork for sale applied to an item offered for sale that reproduces these designs, including but not limited to a pop figure and or the pop logo, would be in violation of our copyright and trademarked intellectual property.
They can't give written permission to reproduce Funko product, logo, or design for commercial purposes. That's their thing. They have trademarks. They have all these copyrights in place. You can't just go off and use their shit. That's like taking a Funko Pop, putting it inside of a box that you customized, and putting Pop logos all over it to make it look like a Funko Pop that you find on the shelf. You just can't do that unless you're keeping it for your own collection. If you're doing this and you're trying to sell them, basically, Funko just looks at you like they would look at the people in China reproducing these things and selling faux Funko Pop products.
At the end of that sentence, they say that it implies endorsement from or production by Funko. This is where things get a bit tricky. For example, if I took this Funko Pop, a Dark Trooper from Star Wars, and I put a bow in its hair to make it a girl Dark Trooper.
It doesn't have hair, it's a helmet.
If I put a bow on its helmet.
Thank you.
And I left it in this box and I drew like a little bow up here and it looks like a legitimate Funko Pop and box. If I put this online and it gains enough traction and Star Wars sees this, they might say, whoa, 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 Funko. We did not okay that. That is not okay. You can't put a bow in a Dark Trooper's hair. They don't wear bows and they don't have hair. What are you even doing?
Which I would reply, if a Dark Trooper wants to wear a bow, that's cool. You judgy mother.
Then that can really get Funko in trouble with the people that they hold license from. And Star Wars might get so pissed that they're like, nah, you're not making products for us anymore if you're gonna let reckless things like this happen, even if Funko says that isn't mine.
Funko owns this logo, they own this logo. These are logos they have to protect because they're trademarked. If Funko does not protect their logos, at some point in time, they could lose them. They could be in a whole lot of trouble if they're not protecting their IP.
Not only do they own the logos, but they own the name Funko, so you can't use their name when you're reselling your customized pieces. You are more than welcome to create your own custom figure for your collection. However, we do not offer express permission to modify and resell Funko products as we own the copyright on the intellectual property.
As long as you're not profiting off of these customized products, then you're A-okay.
Also, imagine all of the money that they shell out for these licenses to create these products and all the money they've shelled out to get these trademarks and logos copyrighted and all of that stuff. I would be pissed if someone took something that was mine and was making money off of it. That's like someone right now taking our Gastlecast logo sitting behind us, creating t-shirts or posters and selling it. We're not profiting off of it.
Where's my motherfucking money?
If you intend to offer custom figures for sale, you must be clear to the buyer and advertise it as a custom item that is not an official Funko product. You are not permitted to use the Funko logo in any advertisement as it is a registered trademark. Before reselling custom items, we encourage you to seek legal counsel on the rights and responsibilities in doing so. For all of us Funko collectors, most of us can spot a custom from a mile away. But for someone who doesn't collect Funko Pops and is searching for a gift or something, they might not be able to tell the difference between a real Funko Pop and a Funko custom. So you have to be very clear about it, it seems. So you can't use their logo, you can't use the name Funko, and you also can't use their pop figures unless they're the DIY ones. I don't know, I'm confused. I'm very confused. I feel like we've had a lot of questions answered, but at the same time, it's only created more questions for me.
To me, it sounds like a gray area. They say that we do not offer express permission to modify and resell Funko products as we own the copyright on the intellectual property. However, they follow this up with, if you intend to offer custom figures for sale, you must be clear to the buyer and advertise it as a custom item that is not an official Funko product. So in one side of their mouth, they're saying, we can't tell you that it's cool that you're doing this. But in the other side, they're like, well, if you do it, make sure you say it's not official.
This is very confusing because they're telling you you can't do one thing, but then they're telling you how to do it if you do that thing that you can't do.
I think they're doing this because they know they can't stop everybody. I think they went after FUNKOBOSS because FUNKOBOSS is so big, but there are a lot of customizers out there right now making money off of these products, making custom boxes, doing all sorts of stuff with Funko product. Funko can't headhunt everybody. They're not going to be able to tackle everybody and stop everybody. So they're basically giving you solid advice. If you don't want to have a heap of legal issues, don't use their trademarks and don't use their copyrights.
And don't use our pop figures to make customs. I'm confused, but that did clear up a lot of my questions. However, I still have a couple more about that issue that you just talked about.
So we'll email Funko again and see what Denise has to say this time. Guys, what are your thoughts on this particular topic? We'd love to know, especially after we got that brand new email. Let us know all that and more in the comment section down below.
So we've spent this whole video and even a lot of the last video talking about facts, but I just want to say that we love custom Funko Pops. We love to see everything that people can come up with. We think that they're great and we actually have quite a few of our own.
But our biggest intention is to make sure that people stay out of harm's way, and we just want to see people doing it the right way so we can continue buying customs without getting in any trouble. Guys, don't forget, head over to poppingofftoys.com for all of your Funko Pops, Funko Sodas, and Funko Mystery Minis. They've got them all. Head over to poppingofftoys.com. All right, it's that time again. Remember, as always, we are together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.